Hello, 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 you lovely lot. Sorry, my voice is going a bit funny. It's Friday and it's nearly 2 o'clock, which means I need to go very soon to Joseph's, but I just want to run the Hoover over very quickly upstairs before I leave. I have been sorting out my house a bit. I have a little plant section here of things that can no longer really be outside and should be inside. I have mopped in here and sort of mopped all the fly poo off. I've put this mat down because everything is muddy outside. Well, you know, wet and disgusting. Cleared up their little area for when we're out. Mopped this down. Not mopped it, you know, wiped it down. My mothers of millions are doing particularly well. If anyone locally to me wants to have a mother of millions and I could possibly get them to you, I don't know how, then you're very welcome to them. Because there's loads. Anyway, there's also a plant up there and plant up here. I'm just like bringing them in and spreading them around. I've given in here a good dust and I've mopped, dusted and mopped. We've got these lights going at the moment, which are like 4 plants because this corner's not great. I'm going to get more of these lights so I can put maybe some over there and then have some plants over there as well, maybe, or even over there. But they're special UV lights specifically for plants. You can get them in 1s, 2s or 3s, and I will put a link in the description and a price. I just got them off Amazon, but they seem to be doing the trick, and Kenzie's bonsai seems to be doing so much better under there. So it means we can keep it warm but also get it the light it needs. Generally just cleaned. I've put a mat down here now to protect the floor. Whether or not the dogs will pickle on it, we don't know. Kenzie's got a lot of honey. He's got a bit of a honey addiction, haven't you, Kenzie? He's going to make mead with his kit ready for Christmas. Get the money out to go and buy the honey, the money honey. He dropped his pig, which was his great nan's pig.
Very badly been put together.
Very badly put. Yeah, I'm not sure it's meant to stick out like that, is it? No. Anyway, he's
putting stuff where it
fits.
Yeah.
Why? Well, okay. We're not going to make a restoration person out of you, but it's obviously having its second life through Kenzie's
interpretation.
Yeah, it's suddenly become, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Abstract pig.
Yeah.
Right. On that note.
Put together well.
Yeah. You got his head. He was decapitated, wasn't he? Yeah. But he's got abstract ear going on now. All the parts are there, just maybe not in the way that it was expected. So I need to very quickly run the Hoover around. I'm not running the Hoover around his room because I said he's been coming up and finding more bits of pig. So I'm just going to very quickly do the bedroom. And I cleaned the bathroom yesterday, so I'm just going to run the Hoover over that as well. Making homemade falafels, curry sauce and roasted seasoned carrots. Ella and I are going for a walk. I've now arrived at Ella's, picked up some bits for lunch. I don't think I've done a proper hello, have I, to the camera. This way. So I'm going to do one now. Hello, hello, hello. It's now about 2 o'clock, I think, maybe nearly 2 o'clock. And yeah, we're going for a nice stroll. The sun is out. It's going to be probably one of the last warm, sunny days. This way, miss. And we're just taking a stroll. She's been cooped up for most of the day, bless her. So we'll get out. Burn off a bit of energy. She can't be let off the lead because of the breed she is. It's like typical sort of lurcher cross, which means if she sees something she'll be gone and she won't come back. So this is an old cement works, and somewhere on the estate over there, the housing estate that they've built on it, there was or is an old kiln. These are like chalk pits because the chilterns are full of chalk. Whoops. Let's not pull me over there, Ella. It's a bit slippy. That's the only thing with chalk. It's very slippy underfoot. So yeah, There's a couple of notice boards here. I wonder if there'll be something of interest on it to share with you, rather than me trying to tell you. You're in the shadow, sorry. But it's saying the old Kiln Lakes was formerly a chalk quarry. And you can see over there that it was a chalk quarry. The work started in 1908. 4 beehive lime kilns were built to produce lime for agricultural use. There you go, that's what the kilns were for. They remained in use until 1970s, but by 1920s a large cement factory had been established for processing the chalk and had been that was being extracted on site and turning it into cement. Coal to power the cement factory and gypsum was used in the production process was brought to site by a rail, which is over there somewhere. There's a little old railway line. God, my words are not working today. Yeah, there's a branch line adjacent to the works. Then the chalk was extracted and processed on site until it closed in 1999. Like I said, my friend worked here when, I think it was after we'd left school or maybe in the summer holidays. And then the processing plant was removed in 2009 and they kept the one beehive kiln just as like a historical monument really. And then the houses were built by Taylor Wimpey Homes and sold. But it's such a nice place. It's very peaceful. And we have, you know, public right of way to it now. It's like a little nature reserve. And because of the chalk, there's like a lot of diverse habitats here as well. And it's when you go right up onto the hilltop. Oh, there's paragliders or parachutists. Not quite sure what they are. What are those? They are lay down or not quite sure what they're doing. See if I can get a close up of it. But anyway, yeah, there's so much diversity of like bugs and wildlife and things like that. And plants. There's things like kidney vetch and knapweed and like greater knapweed, things like that. And there's loads of these little orchids, bee orchids, things like that. They also get a load of slow worms here as well, and newts and things, great crested newts. So there's ducks or something in the water. Anyway, this is, you can see it's like one of the chalk pits. It's very, I want to say alkaline, is that right? Yeah, very alkaline. But yeah, they're very deep. They get very, very cold, but like right in the middle. You can like be on a hot day and then kids would jump in and they're not meant to. You're not meant to go anywhere near it. But they'd jump in and then the cold water underneath would shock them. And yeah, there's been some deaths. So yeah, you're not meant to swim in it, not meant to go anywhere near it. It's not good for you. And this little site here is a fishing one. It's private fishing, you've got to be a member. So you'd have to join whatever fishing membership it is. I don't do fishing, so I don't know. Yeah, you can go fishing in there. They are. CWAS, whatever that is. Something Anglers Society. There's one of the lime kilns in the middle of the housing estate. Still there. And there is a picture of how it used to be, how I remember it being before all this was built. There were 5 of these beehive kilns. They're about 6 meters tall. love the fact that they have actually kept some of the history, the old with the new. Oh, my boys used to like going here. We did a couple of the Santa railways where you'd meet Santa on the train and go for a train ride. Proper steam train. There we are, look. Doesn't look like it's open today. I think it's all manned by volunteers, I believe. Anyway, this is where this is the railway line that not only would have served the village, but would have served the chalk, you know, taking the freight stuff away as well. Just picked Kenzie up from work. He has got himself a fresher orange, so he's putting that in his mead, and then he's going to shut it up and not touch it again for a while, aren't you, Kenzie?
Yep.
And then hopefully you'll have nice mead for Christmas. It smells good.
What, mead?
Yeah.
It's definitely fermented, isn't it? You can smell it.
Yeah,
It's, like
it's definitely doing something.
vinegary. So whenever I take it off, there's some leaks out.
It's now about 6, maybe even 6:30. In fact, it's probably more like 7 if I'm honest. And we are going for a walk before bed. She's had her food. I've picked Kenzie up. And I am going to have a shower, put my pyjamas on, get into my oud, get nice and cosy. Before I pick Kenzie up from work, I dozed off. Thankfully I set an alarm because I could feel my eyes going. Put nice calming David Attenborough on. Well, it wasn't really calming because these poor turtles were being picked off one by one and eaten by everything on the beach. I think I might walk around the churchyard. I have a funny story about this church. So my best friend Anna was having her son christened. Or was it actually another old school friend who was having her son christened? Thinking about it, could have been. Anyway, Brendan was, I want to say, maybe about 6. And we walked into the churchyard and he said, well, I shall be very surprised if I find Jesus. It's like, love, we're here for christening. We're not here for you to find Jesus. What he meant was he was looking at the graves and he was going to be surprised if he actually found Jesus' grave. But that's not how it sounded, and it had so many of us in absolute hysterics. You see, now this is what I do. I say I'm going to go round the block, and then I start walking and end up going much further than I had planned. Just can't stop me once I'm out. Bit muddy. Bit muddy. Oh, good Lord, the noise. Right. What is this? Can I get across here, the orchard? Can I get through? I don't know if I can get through the orchard. Maybe not. It's getting dark. Did not plan this very well, did I? Oh well. We're about to head back. Need to come up to this top of this dark bit here. Then further down what is called the Ridgeway, which is an old ancient track which actually my sister and I have walked. If you wish to check out my walks playlist, in fact it might even be in its own playlist as the Ridgeway Walks. But yeah, and then we'll head back into the village. 10 to 8. Far too late really to be having dinner. But I've got salmon that has got sort of like a lemony herby marinade, salad, Brunswick cheese and Moroccan couscous. I have also got a glass of fresh orange juice and a cup of tea. And you, my darling, have had your food. Yes, you have. That is my food.